Well, why do we worry about whatever other people think? Why would we stress ourselves out trying to be a people pleaser? Doing things that we don't like to do.
I think because we want to feel that we want to be accepted. We want to feel like we're looking for their acknowledgement of saying, I like you, or you're okay. I guess that's why.
Yeah. It's just one of those questions I've never really,
Uh-huh.
and like I said,
We're
I don't think
looking,
there's really a wrong answer or the right answer, because
uh-huh.
each person is raised in different situations, different circumstances, different life events, different things that have happened to them.
We want approval. We want approval of people. We feel like it's important to have their approval on that we're okay.
Which goes back to our training as a child, how we're brought up, how we're raised, what we saw, what we experienced.
And I still have a tendency to doing that, like
I
looking
do
for that
too.
approval from a person. And I think, okay, like I don't want to do that because I think God already gave us our approval and said, you're okay.
Exactly. But I think it goes back to what you were saying earlier about, the choices that we make and how stopping and taking the time to smell the roses. It's such a simple thing, but so many people don't do it because they're busy doing these other things that they think will give them that, positive outgo, positive life, whatever it is, they think, and everybody thinks different things, fame and fortune. Others think when I search my name on Google, I should be the top search engine, it should have something nice to say about me. But if we could learn to be satisfied and comfortable in our own skin, we could basically tell everybody, whatever. But I do believe that at some points in our lives, something could happen that would force us into making that decision. And one of the things that I do my best to teach people is don't wait to be forced to make the decision. Do it while you have the freedom to make the choice. Because otherwise you're going back to a survival mode, which is very unhealthy as far as being snappy at people, always finding the negative in the situation, instead of choosing the positive. I mean, let's face it. I was thrown into single parenthood, 6 kids. Number 6 wasn't even born yet when I was thrown into this whirlwind. But I chose to say, okay, we don't know how much money we're going to be losing. We don't know what's going to be going on. So we sell everything we don't need because it's just materialistic stuff. We can't take it with us when we die anyway. So just sell it off. And that's why I chose, the first thing I chose to pay off was my van, because I knew if nothing else, we could go to a campground and sleep in the van. I already had a tent. It was no big deal. Just sleep in the van, pop the tent up. I was willing to make those sacrifices. Thankfully, we never had to. I ended up being blessed where we could actually pay cash for a travel trailer. And that's what we did is I'm like, okay, we can do, and we had the family conversation. I'm like, we can do this, 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 or this. Which one do y'all want? Oh, we want to travel. We want to go see friends. We want to go see family. That would be so much fun. I love it.
What an experience.
But
what an experience.
I chose that positivity over the negativity of going, oh, poor pitiful me. What am I going to do? I'm going to lose all this money. My kids I'm not going to be able to feed my kids. And, had I let the state push me to do what the state wanted to do, I wouldn't have been able to afford anything. And I was like, whoa. First and foremost, nobody tells me what I'm going to do. Secondly, you're not going to push me into something that you want.
Yeah.
And thirdly, I have an income coming in, whether it gets cut or not. And no, I'm not choosing that path. We're choosing this one instead.
Mhm.
But again, it goes back as far, like I said, writing this book series, I have always chosen the positive way. I've always, like you, looked for the solution.